So before we are given the answers from the officers, let the client give us the dates of the quotation, the invoice, and the delivery. I think he has the details also, so that we compare with what we have. And that's when the officers will come in and defend themselves.
After 3 days of appearing before the Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee, the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit has failed to give satisfactory answers on how it awarded contracts to suppliers of face masks without following procurement procedures. On Tuesday, March 1st, 2022, PAC Committee directed Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit National Coordinator Dr. Gabriel Pauling to ensure that former National Coordinator Chandakawi and 4 other companies that supplied face masks availed themselves to answer to queries on how they won the contracts.
Beyond the submission I made yesterday concerning the availability of the former national coordinator, there's been no correspondence beyond that. The indication given yesterday was, if PAC wants to get me, they know where to find me or how to get me.
Among the contractors under queries are Kate's agency.
They standardized the unit price for the masks. I asked which procurement guideline permitted them to do that. They're answering other questions, but this question actually, to my side, I feel like they're avoiding to respond to this question. Which procurement guideline permitted you to standardize the unit rate for a mask?
This committee would like to know, when did you receive the goods from Arcade's agencies? Why I ask this question, because we have 2 dates here. On 18th June 2020, Mwenso received the goods.
While Nalolo Member of Parliament Imanga wa Munima has expressed concerns on the irregularities shown in the tender process, especially that dates are not adding up.
I'm struggling to comprehend the GMMU are defying science here. In their submission, they are saying they engaged the Arcade's Agency Limited. Arcade's Agency Limited is saying by faith he walked in at DMMU on the 21st of...
Arcade's Agency Director Moses Funga attempted to respond to the queries raised.
And that particular day, I had to work in at the Arcade's Agency, disaster management, where I've been going for inquiries. And I was given an inquiry, and I took a quotation and a sample to show the material they were looking for. And that's how I was awarded that contract.
While the 2 suppliers, including the Chinese-owned Himtom and WDNS Investments, Director Mlenga Siami, belabored to give satisfactory answers.
Thank you, Chair. So you earlier said that you received a call from DMMU to inform you that they were in need of face masks. This call came from who?
In terms of we received a phone call to inform us that there was a request for quotation which we needed to pick up, and we picked up the request for a quotation from DMMU. I cannot remember exactly who called, but it must have been someone from procurement, because I picked up the document from procurement.
Chair, he dealt with the Minister of Health under material, yes. So what was he supplying?
Through the chair, I think what I supplied that material of one hospital didn't require registration with ZAMRA. I supplied stones and quarry dust.
Did you receive a request for quotation from DMMU, or you walked in there to solicit for business? Or was it sent to you by mail, or you collected a physical copy?
Yeah, we got the information from media, so the binding document. And then we went through the DMMU office to collect the papers. And after that, we prepared the tenders. And you see, we did the donation before to DMMU. We had some connections with officers.
After a 2-hour long of deliberations, PAC chairperson Warren Mwambazi weighed in on the session's discussion with key concerns on how Chinese firms have taken over the supply chain.
There are a lot of irregularities to this effect at DMMU, especially the utilization of the COVID fund. So we'd want that thing cleaned up, issues of procurement. Let them have asked the AG also to verify the owners of those companies so that we want same directors, same Chinese are owning all those companies, and yet our Zambian people are deprived of business, and we say we are Zambians and we are proud.
Meanwhile, PF member of the Central Committee in charge of Information and Publicity, Raphael Nakachinda, is alleged to have refused to appear before PAC on Thursday, 3rd March 2022, after being summoned by the Clerk of the National Assembly in a letter dated March 1st, 2022. Memory Nyambe, Diamond News.